Hello, my name is Tashi.
And I'm Rebecca. We are both 2021 young reporters from St Catherine's School in Twickenham.
I chose to be a young reporter because I wanted to experience the life of a journalist. I've immensely enjoyed the scheme and it has helped me to grow my confidence and style as a writer. I've also had lots of fun communicating with new people and finding that there are so many local stories that never get any coverage.
What I found really interesting was being able to do this project during a time where both everything and nothing seemed to be happening. While I joined the scheme to hone my critical writing skills in preparation for university, I found it fun to research little rays of sunshine in the community in an otherwise scary time. Whether it be interviewing a local charity or crazily running around the Thames in search of a seal, it was pretty moving to see the things that shape our community.
We would recommend the scheme to anyone with a passion for communication and writing. Thank you, Young Reporter, for such a fun experience.
Thank you!
I really enjoyed the Young Reporter scheme because it was a great opportunity to meet new people and interview them about their jobs and their lives. I would definitely recommend it for another person because you get to practice writing a range of articles from different topics.
Hello there, my name is Arman Khan and I partook in the Young Reporter scheme from 2020 to 2021. To be completely honest, I've never really considered journalism as a career choice. I actually dislike the field due to being entrenched in a mindset of pre-established stereotypes regarding it, because I always thought it was just getting into other people's business. Yes, however, from gaining the real-life work experience from the past several months, I've actually come to see that it's the complete utter opposite. The scheme has been extremely beneficial in ameliorating my writing skills. It's aided my communication and articulation with other people, and it's helped me to discover more than I ever knew about my local area. I particularly like the inclusion of my own articles being allowed to be available to the public. All the comments that I was getting were positive, and I also enjoyed the flexibility that whatever you wanted to write about, you could write about. I'm extremely grateful for being permitted to participate in this scheme. And if anyone wonders what it's like to be a journalist or is interested in the diverse array of opportunities that it entails, then I would highly recommend it. Thank you very much, YRS.
The 5 sections on which you can base your articles can encapsulate a vast range of different topics, so you can write about virtually anything that interests you. I thought this made the scheme rewarding, both in the short term, when you get to look into these particular topics in greater detail, and in the long term, when you can use your experience on CVs or UCAS forms.
Those were a selection of our young journalists from last year who successfully completed the scheme through NewsQuest Media Group. It is a really great programme to get involved in and is open to all of you from year 10 and above. You have to write approximately a 250-word article each month over the 8-month period. It's not a lot of work, it's half an A4 sheet of paper. You then upload that article directly onto the NewsQuest websites, and then you're done until next month. At the end of the scheme, if you have completed all 8 articles, you receive a letter of recognition from the editor, which you can use with your CV and UCAS application. If, however, you have completed all your articles within the deadlines, then you can enter a competition, and we ask you to submit 3 of your chosen articles, and those articles are broken into 5 different categories. Let's have a look at the categories. Breaking news is a great one for students to cover, and we have had some amazing stories over the years. One year, one of our intrepid young reporters witnessed an overturned car en route to school. She quickly pulled out her phone and took some pictures, and then was brave enough to get some quotes from people who had witnessed the scene. Another student saw a tree come down and crash onto a car, causing massive damage. There were lost pets, stolen bicycles, and a couple of students covered burglaries in their street. Students also covered the opening of new restaurants, coffee bars, gyms, and local businesses, and these articles gave these businesses publicity which they wouldn't necessarily have got through the local press. In the past, the event category was the most popular, but with the pandemic raging this past year, there was a lot less to cover. Surprisingly, though, there was a lot more written about than we originally expected, as students forged ahead and looked for online events and things happening on the street, like markets, and some entertainment when it was allowed. This year, we are hoping that things will be more normal, as we have seen the world open up again, so there should be a lot more to write about. Students have written about 1,000 events over the year, from street entertainment, craft fairs, school fairs, open-air events, concerts, and loads more. The interview category pushes students to speak to those they normally wouldn't have any reason to talk to, and we get some brilliant stories as a result. Over the years, students have been lucky enough to interview celebrities, which we have arranged, and lots of people from different walks of life. Last year, a student interviewed Sean Duggan, who was a previous editor with NewsQuest. He has gone on to work with a charity out in India, and the interview helped promote Calcutta Rescue and the subsequent concert that they put online, which we also covered. Other students interviewed Jane McGee, who runs Grow, Cook and Enjoy, an online cooking experience which they took part in and then wrote up about, and several other students spoke to homeless shelters, animal rescue organisations, and a host of really interesting people. Last year was the first time we introduced the sports category. Students were keen to endorse this wholeheartedly, as there are always events happening in their school and local clubs. But sadly, the pandemic meant that it was not the huge success that we had hoped for, but there were still a lot of sports covered. This year, with things being more normal, there will be lots of local fixtures that can be written about, and if sport is your passion, then this is the one for you. In the past, some students have regularly written about their own sports club or one local to where they live. The clubs love the publicity because it helps draw in more members, and it means that the young reporter has plenty to write about every month. The photograph category has always been an interesting one, as this is really subjective, and it is fascinating to see what photos appeal to students. Every year we get a lot of photographs entered into this category for the competition at the end, but the majority are rejected before they reach the final stage of judging, because they are out of focus or have no real local interest. We have, however, had some stunning and really remarkable photographs taken, with tons of colour and interest, which have originality or are newsworthy, and these are the photos which make the final grade. Throughout the scheme, students are given plenty of additional opportunities and lots of support. There are theatre tickets offered for students to attend press nights in person and online, and they are able to watch performances and then write up about them. A host of events throughout the South East are also accessible to our young reporters, and tons of interviews with regular people and celebrities are on offer. All of these can be applied to throughout the 8-month scheme. As well as having their articles published on the NewsQuest Media online papers, we also publish the Student Comet, and a selection of students get their articles into this paper as well. The Comet is published as an e-edition and is on all the NewsQuest Media websites, together with the Young Reporter Scheme website. In addition to this, we are launching a brand new newspaper this year, and students will have the chance to have their work published in this online publication. It's really exciting for us. We hope to launch this new paper's own website next year. We are working closely with one of the top universities for journalism in the UK, and they will be involved in this publication. At the end of the scheme, we run a competition, and all those students who have completed the programme are put forward for judging by internal and external judges, all of whom are journalists, and the winning students attend a media awards ceremony and win prizes. They are also offered a university day to experience life as a journalist student. From the winners, we choose 2 top reporters, one from each year group, and they become the faces on all our marketing material for the following year. This scheme has had a lot of success over the years and helped many students get into university and deal with the pressures of deadlines once there, irrespective of the courses they decide on. Some of those students have gone on to become journalists and are now working for some really impressive organisations, but a lot have gone into completely different professions. We follow up with our ex-young reporters to see what they are doing now, and each and every one of them has said how much doing the scheme has helped them. You can listen to some of the podcasts on our alumni page on the Young Reporter website.
Hello, my name is Alina Joshi. I found this year's Young Reporter scheme an excellent opportunity to improve and adapt my skills as a journalist. The scheme enabled me to find compelling stories around me despite COVID-19 restrictions, leading me to discover aviation journalism, an area that links with my future aspirations. I'm so grateful I was able to learn so much within the span of 8 months. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
The Young Reporter scheme has been an amazing and memorable experience. It's given me the opportunity to conduct interviews that I never have considered doing beforehand. For example, theatre producers and counsellors and people in everyday local life. It's given us the opportunity to write for a local newspaper and given us the confidence to put our ideas out to the world. And it's helped us with our writing skills too, finding local stories, writing about them, finding information about them, researching. And overall, it's been a memorable experience that I think has definitely motivated me to think about a career in journalism.
The Young Reporter scheme is a really enjoyable one, which not only gives prominence to lots of vital local issues, but also allows the pupil to write for a real audience and develop their skills in writing for a deadline too, which is invaluable if you want to pursue a career in journalism. So it's one that I thoroughly recommend.
These testimonials speak for themselves. This scheme is unique. There is nothing out there that runs close to it. There is no other newspaper or magazine that allows school students to write directly for them and publish directly onto their websites. So if you're interested, why not give it a go? You've everything to gain and nothing to lose. It is a really exciting and innovative scheme, and I hope that you will feel it is the right thing to do to join us for this coming year.